Now it is our turn. We will free ourselves from the American fascists. November 4, 2024, Hero City, Moscow.
Russian nationalists, which are dreaming of restoring the USSR with Vladimir Putin on top, threatened the US a day before the elections. A video appeared online that reportedly shows cars with mock-ups of nuclear missiles targeted at the US Embassy in Moscow on November 4th. The missiles have "at Washington" written on them, and Russia declares itself the most peace-loving country in the world. Have in mind that no one can make such a stunt without the approval of President Putin.
November 4, 2024, Hero City, Moscow. The day of liberation of the fatherland from Polish occupiers. Now it is our turn. We will free ourselves from the American fascists. And we will do this by targeting our strategic nuclear missiles. On US territory, we will grant extraordinary powers to the head of state. Powers to Putin. Russian Federation towards Washington.
Dmitry Medvedev wrote about US elections on his Telegram channel in the very early hours of Sunday morning. It looks like Medvedev threatened Donald Trump with an assassination. He said Trump could become the new JFK and poured dirt on Kamala Harris. From his furious ramblings, one thing is crystal clear. Russia fears continued US support for Ukraine. Therefore, this is the right course of action. Medvedev's post. The world is frozen in awkward postures in the run-up to the election of the president of overseas Pindistan. We have no reason for any inflated expectations. 1. The election will change nothing for Russia, as the candidates' positions fully reflect the bipartisan consensus that our country must be defeated. 2. Kamala is stupid, inexperienced, easily led, and will be afraid of everyone around her. A synclite of top ministers and deputies, plus indirectly the Obama family, will rule. 3. A jaded Trump spouting platitudes like, "I'll offer a deal," and "I have a great relationship with," will also be forced to comply with all the systemic rules. He can't stop the war. Not in a day, not in 3 days, not in 3 months. And if he really tries, he could be the new JFK4. Only one thing matters: how much money the new POTUS will spend on someone else's faraway war. On its own military-industrial complex and for the embezzlement by the Bandera bastards. 5. Therefore, the best way to make the 5th of November pleasant for the candidates for the highest American office is to keep smashing the Kyiv Nazi regime. Russian propagandists are very uncertain that Donald Trump's victory will be beneficial for Russia. They are afraid of more sanctions.
И снова за Дональда
Трампа.
У
него даже сомнений нет, я уже 10 раз это сказал, несмотря на то, что он там иногда
вот это
что-то
вот
против коммунистов,
вежливо выражаясь, вот это.
против левых, против коммунистов, что... Но почему
Просто коротко, буквально,
почему
чтобы
я?
дальше не перебивать. Накануне Дональд Трамп заявил, что именно он тот человек, который уничтожил Северный поток. Именно он, Дональд Трамп, тот человек, который сможет победить Владимира Путина. Именно он, Дональд Трамп, тот человек, который добьется стратегического поражения Российской Федерации. Ну и историческое его заявление, смахиваем пыль. Он тот политик, который вел больше всего антироссийских санкций. Ну так, для понимания, и продолжаем его любить.
Больше-то он не ввел, конечно. У нас сейчас 20 с лишним тысяч санкций, и ввели-то их все в основном...
А в смысле, вводить больше нечего?
Ну, хорошо. А вы слышите то, что вам хочется услышать из его...
Russian Foreign Ministry said in an official statement that the running political elite in the US adheres to anti-Russian attitudes. It went on to say that Russia is focusing on achieving all the goals of the special military operation. This seems to be the unified position of Russian authorities today. United States is anti-Russian. We will continue the war. Partial translation of the statement. We do not harbor illusions about the elected American president, who is well known in Russia, and the new composition of Congress, where Republicans, according to preliminary data, prevail. The ruling political elite in the United States, regardless of party affiliation, adheres to anti-Russian attitudes and the line of containment of Moscow. This line is not subject to fluctuations in the U.S. domestic political barometer. Whether it is about America first, as interpreted by Donald Trump and his supporters, or about the rules-based world order Democrats are fixated on. Russia will work with the new administration when it settles in the White House, rigidly defending Russian national interests and focusing on achieving all the goals of the special military operation. Our conditions are unchanged and are well known in Washington. Commenting on the U.S. elections, Peskov said the U.S. can end the war. He blamed the United States for constantly adding kerosene into this conflict. The aggressor state keeps blaming everyone else but themselves.
Помните, мы неоднократно говорили, что Соединенные Штаты в состоянии поспособствовать завершению этого конфликта. Это, конечно же, нельзя сделать за одну ночь. Но поскольку именно Соединенные Штаты являются государством, которое разжигают и постоянно подбрасывают керосин в этот конфликт и принимают в нем непосредственное участие, то да, Соединенные Штаты способны эту траекторию своей внешней политики изменить. Но будет ли это сделано и каким образом, если это будет? Ну, опять же, мы с вами посмотрим после января.
Russian Member of Parliament Popov commented on U.S. election results. He thinks that Donald Trump will lift all restrictions on long-range weapons. Russia is worried. I think that Trump will offer Russia a deliberately unfavorable deal on Ukraine before January, which we will, of course, reject. Donald will throw up his hands and, in his usual manner, announce an unprecedented aid package for the Zelensky regime and the lifting of all restrictions on missiles. This will not change anything either, but it will delay the settlement process. Glory to the Russian soldier. The shifting front line of this war is no longer solely within Ukraine. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte yesterday visited Berlin for the first time since his appointment as NATO chief. A press conference with German Chancellor Olaf Scholz concluded the visit.
If Putin wins Ukraine, he will not stop there. Russia is conducting already an intensifying campaign of hybrid attacks across our allied territories, interfering directly in our democracies, sabotaging industry and committing violence. All of this to weaken us and to sow division. This shows that the shifting front line in this war is no longer solely within Ukraine. Increasingly, the front line is moving beyond borders, to the Baltic region, to Western Europe, and even to the High North. But NATO stands ready to deter and defend against these threats.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.